just like the title says, this is Brady Watch 2020, starting off with episode 1. We're gonna get right to it, JD. So you got some articles and you got some stuff that you wanted to run by me and get my thoughts on it. And so let's bring that up and we'll kind of just dive right into it.
Let's start with the fact that the Patriots are in fact willing. It's not like Joe Montana being pushed out of San Francisco. The Patriots are reportedly willing to pay Tom Brady $30 million per year, according to Boston.com. NFL Network insider Ian Rapp, this is by Matthew Dougherty. They're all reporting this, that this is an actual fact. This is Ian Rappaport reporting this. So what is your reaction to the fact that he's not even... Yeah, it's not nobody. What's your reaction to the fact that, he is considering other offers despite the fact that New England is willing to pay him a significant salary?
Well, I can't say in certain ways, I can't say I don't blame him. He's taken the hometown discount for so long. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's taken the hometown discount for, 18 seasons now. And it's I think it's finally coming to a head where he's, at this time in his career, he's finally kind of put his foot down and said, pay me. I've won you 6 Super Bowls. We've been to 9. So it's like, I really, I really don't.
Is 35 or 30 or $35 million a year, is that not enough?
I have trouble paying a 43-year-old quarterback over $30 million. That's where I draw the line. That's a lot. If it was like 28, 29, I might be able to stomach it a little bit, but over 30 for somebody that old, you're only going to get him for like 2 years. It
sounds like he wants $40 million a year.
You're in a really tough spot if you're the Pats right now, because Robert Kraft has said that he's willing to. He said it. He's willing to let Brady go to free agency and test the market. They're and that basically, JD, what does that tell you? To me, that says they really are having a hard time with paying him what he's asking for.
Well, I'm curious. What I was curious about actually is it says right here that the Pats are willing to pay what he wants contract wise, but he mentioned that money alone may not be enough to keep him. So what I'm curious is if do they need to trade for an asset in order to keep Brady? Do they need to get like an AJ, a tight end, a solid tight end in there to keep Brady, to keep him interested in staying there? Is it about the $30 million, or is it like, all right, well, if I'm going to stay, you're going to pay me 40 because you guys suck at getting assets? Is that what it's about? That's what I'm kind of sensing.
I think it's a combination of both, because I think he's a little cheesed off that he had nothing to work with last year. I think he's a little pissed off that he had nothing to work with last year, and they did as good as they did. They did as good as they did because he is who he, even though he had kind of a down year, he is who he is, and he pushes people to be better, and he's always, how he is on the field.
Defense is decent, and yeah, exactly. And Brady kept him relevant.
The defense kept him there. You saw what happened when the defense ran into some real competition, JD.
Oh yeah, like they were not ready for it, and also there was nothing over the top for Brady. Everybody can blame Brady for the playoff loss all they want, like they did originally, but who does he have to throw to? Every time he tries to get the ball into Edelman or anyone else, it's always in triple coverage. Or
you saw what they did to Julian. Everybody's game plan, all those good teams' game plan, JD. What was it? Double Julian and
cover the middle of the field.
Yeah, it was double Edelman and make Tom beat you with somebody else. because he didn't have anybody else. Make him beat you with somebody else. I mean, we saw flashes with N'Keal Harry, but so here's what I think on the Brady thing, JD. Right? Here's what I think there. He carries a $13 million cap hit, right?
Yeah.
So even if he leaves, it's 13. They have to pay him $13 million, right? So he's asking for what? 30. You know what I mean? He's probably
30 now. You might as well give him 40. It sounds like he's asking for 35.
So here's the thing.
40.
Yeah, he's probably asking for 35 or 37, somewhere around. He's probably asking somewhere 35, 37, somewhere around there, right? Somewhere in that neighborhood,
Yeah.
Like you might and what's a good quarterbacks going for nowadays are like 29. You know what I mean? 20.
Well, the CBA just is about to change, and it's rumored to add $100 million in the cap space. So $40 million will not seem like much, and Tom knows that, and I think Dak knows that. So that's probably what they're planning for.
That's what I'm getting at, right? So they have to pay him 13 regardless, right?
You might as well cash out for him.
And if a good quarterback is making 27 to 29 million, an above average to solid good quarterbacks making 27 to 29, like I'd
make him feel special. Give him 80 for 2 years.
But but this is what I'm getting at, right? You already have to pay him 13, so you might as well make up that. I mean, it's 20 million. Say he wants 35, that's 20 million more. So you'd have to pay a good, you would have to pay a solid guy 25 to 27 anyways. So it's like, why would you
with
not?
The new CBA, Andy Dalton will want like $35 million anyway.
But that's what I mean. So you're going to have to pay a guy regardless. So you might as well you would actually, by signing him, you might actually save, In
the long run, yeah. And you can draft a guy early. And that's the thing. If they're not going to get anyone for him, then you might as well if you're not going to get like somebody like an offensive asset for him, then you might as well give him a bunch of money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't make any sense for them to just save money at this point. Make him feel like special, man. Like, if he really wants big cash one time, give him $80 million for 2 years. And you know what? If 2 years he's done and your rookie quarterback is halfway ready, you can just say, you know what, Brady, if you want to play anymore, get out of here. You're done. Like, we're not going to pay you anymore. You got your big contract. Then that's it. He can never say that you underpaid him after that if you give him $80 million.
I 100% agree. Bosgo in the chat says that it's Bill. It is Bill. Bill doesn't want to pay him. Bill does not want to pay him.
He's not drafting well either. He hasn't drafted a good offensive asset since like Gronk.
No, they were going over this the other day. They were going over this the other day, JD, in Boston. On the radio, that his draft the last like 5 years, 4 years has not been that great. How
can you blame Tom for that?
No. So here's the thing. Bill is good in rounds 2, 3, and 4. The first round picks he's had the last couple of years have not panned out. So it's like,
Aaron Hernandez.
It's Eric. We'll get to that in later. We're gonna kind of get to that later on. Yeah, he said, where do you think Brady will end up if he leaves the Pats?
I kind of want to answer Michael Brammer's question really quick. What you think the Pats' record will be next year? Now, I want to ask Michael.
11. I'm gonna
with or without
11.
Brady. With or without Brady, though. That's my question. So,
I'll
answer
still
the question.
All right, go. So you go first. Go ahead. Go first.
No, I mean, I was gonna say I'll answer the question after Michael tells me with or without Brady. I mean, okay, with Brady, I think you're right. 11-5 probably. Without him, 8-8, maybe.
They're still going to get they'll still probably get 9 wins without him.
Right, or maybe 9. They might win the division. They can probably compete for the division
because it's in a super weak division.
Unless the Bills just ball.
JD, we play the NFC West this year, so we play Seattle, we play San Francisco.
That'll be rough.
The Patriots have the NFC West this year.
Yeah, they might. That's why I could see 8-8 if you don't got Brady. And even if you do have Brady, it could be rough sledding if you don't get an offensive asset. Brady's a guy who needs, especially in his old age, he needs someone over the top, because otherwise his arm, because he does have arm talent, he has great downfield accuracy. His arm talent is wasted if you don't have a guy who can kind of break a receiver, because he's not going to fit the ball in. He doesn't have a rocket arm anymore, but he is hella accurate. So he needs someone to spread the field a little bit.
Like Brady 18 yards and in, Brady can throw the ball hard enough to fit it in a tight window.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're stretching it past 25 yards, but JD, he's never been known to throw, he throws the deep ball out of necessity.
Yes,
he throws it out of necessity.
He does it to like open up the run game. He's like, I'll make him respect my deep ball. And if you don't have someone over the top to help with that, it makes it hard for him.
But he couldn't even do that this year because he had nobody. They better hope that N'Keal Harry works out and develops into what they hope he can be.
Get hurt,
or they're gonna be up a creek. You know what I mean? They'll be up a creek if they don't. Some of these guys that don't pan out. But so let's get back at it. So back on that.
So I'll ask you guys in the chat. What do you think Brady's worth to the Patriots, money wise?
I would be comfortable going up to 28.5, 29.
That's it.
28,
okay.
Probably 28. Probably 28. 28 to 28.5. I think I would.
So you're not comfortable with the $30 million that they are offering him now? You don't like
30 is a lot. He's going to be 43.
Even with the added salary cap. But even with the added salary cap, because $35 million tomorrow is going to be like 25 today. You know what I mean? Like with the added money.
I would be comfortable 28, 29. That 30 or 32.
So age is a big factor for you.
I don't know, man. It's just that he's 43.
OG Boswell says 30 plus. So he agrees with the Patriots.
You're literally pushing all your chips in. You know what I mean? If you pay him 30 plus.
Right. Elias says Brady should try to
You're pushing all your chips in. Here's my thing. If you're asking me if they pay him 30 plus, like let's say they pay him 35 and they cave and they give him what he wants, then they better win the Super Bowl. They better win the Super Bowl. If you're paying them that much and they don't win the Super Bowl, then you just wasted 2 years.
You remember in 2012 or 13 or whatever when Kobe was like 33? I think he had just no, he's probably like 36. He had just torn his Achilles, and he wanted like $25 million a year, which was the most money that anyone had, or it was about the most that anyone had at the time. And they gave it to him because he had just won 2 titles back to back. I think Brady's saying, well, I won 6 titles for you guys, so you're going to pay me for those 6 titles now, as opposed to, and I don't know. Yeah. Like you're not comfortable with it. You like the Patriot way. A lot of teams would do it. But that's not Bill Belichick's style. It's not.